Welcome class 9 to the second part of the video of chapter 6 rocks and rock cycle. In the first part I have already discussed with igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks. Today we are going to study about the metamorphic rocks and the rock cycle. Now coming to metamorphic rocks, children, the term metamorphism means alteration or transformation. Now, metamorphic rocks actually, because of the tremendous pressure and high temperature, both the igneous and the sedimentary rocks may be altered so greatly in their appearance and in their composition that they lose their original character. Coming to the causes of metamorphism is, we can sum up as, they are caused due to volcanic eruptions, the mountain building movements, the endogenetic forces, or on contact with underground water. So coming to the metamorphic rocks, which can be formed from igneous, sedimentary, or even from previously metamorphosed rocks. Major type of metamorphic rocks are slate, schist, gneiss, quartzite, marble, amphibolite, metaconglomerate, and hornfill. If you look at this table, we can see some common metamorphic rock types like slate, which is formed from shale when exposed to heat and pressure, which split into hard flat plates. Then schist is formed from shale exposed to intense heat and pressure, which shows evidence of shearing. Quartzite is formed from sandstone, which is welded by the silica cement into a very hard rock of slid quartz. And what is marble is actually nothing but limestone, which is exposed to heat and pressure, resulting in larger and more uniform crystals. And gneiss is formed from rock resulting from the exposure of clastic, sedimentary, or intrusive igneous rocks to heat and pressure. Now coming to characteristics of metamorphic rocks. See, metamorphic rocks are formed due to the change in the texture and mineral composition of the pre-existing rocks. Some rocks after metamorphism becomes harder. Example, I've just now cited about the marble from limestone. Then diamond from carbon is another example. Fossils of the original sedimentary rocks are destroyed and hence they do not contain fossils. See, children, the coarse-grained metamorphic rocks are imperfectly foliated. For example, the gneiss from granites, while the fine-grained metamorphic rocks are perfectly foliated. Example for that is schist from shales. Many of the metamorphic rock may split along the bedding planes. For example, mica schist. Then some of the metamorphic rocks are impervious, marble and slate. Some of them are pervious, that is, water can penetrate through. For example, gneiss. You can see some kind of metamorphic rocks, what they look like. We can see here slate, gneiss, and marble. Now coming to the type of metamorphism, on the base of agency which is involved, we have thermal and dynamic metamorphism, and on the basis of the extent of the area, we have contact or regional metamorphism. Now see, children, thermal metamorphism, as the term indicates, when the transformation of the original rock take place principally because of the influence of high temperature, the rock is said to be caused due to thermal metamorphism. Example I have cited here, so you can see graphite from coal, slate from clay. Then we have dynamic metamorphism, which is formed, this type of transformation of the original rock take place mainly because of the influence of pressure at a great depth within the earth's crust. And coming to contact metamorphism and regional metamorphism. Contact metamorphism actually, because they depend on the area. Contact metamorphism take place over a small area. It is actually related to the volcanic activity. When the extremely hot molten magma or the lava rises, then it passes through the volcanic pipe or enter the weak points and cavities between the different layers, and hence the rock which come in contact with this lava are baked through the operation of heat. So marble is nothing but baked limestone. And regional metamorphism take place over a very large area. Due to the mountain building movement, igneous or sedimentary rocks are buried deep in the crust, and pressure of the overlying rocks and heat of the depth changes these rocks. Now children, coming to the uses of metamorphic rocks. Of course, on the base of their metamorphic rock they are the host of many important mineral deposits. Marble, slate, quartzite, mica, all are used in various type of industries as well as for the constructive purposes, hence their uses. Now coming to rock cycle. What actually is rock cycle? As the term indicates, we can see rock cycle is the continuous process of the transformation of old rocks into the new ones. And on the earth's surface, the rocks are disintegrated and eroded by the climatic factors. Actually, we can see here the sediments which are deposited in layer at some places to form sedimentary rocks. These sedimentary rocks are again buried into the earth due to the forces of the earth, and if the sedimentary rocks go very deep in the earth, they melt, they change into lava and again come out as igneous rock. And if these sedimentary rocks do not go very deep, they may change into metamorphic rocks or igneous rocks, which are again converted into sediments whenever they come out of the surface of the earth. And so in this way, a cyclic process of changing the form of rocks is known as the rock cycle. Now see children, coming to the geographic and the economic importance of rocks. Of course, rocks are of great economic importance. On disintegration of rocks, soil is formed. We all know that soil is indispensable for all life. All crops, all vegetative matter grow on soil. Most important type of soil are the alluvial soil or the black lava soil. Black soil of the Deccan region are formed due to weathering of igneous rocks. Not only this, rocks contain minerals which directly or indirectly help in manufacturing industries. For example, we have gold, zinc, copper, iron. Rocks contain minerals called ores. Coal and petroleum both are essential for the industrial development of a country. We all know that the entire automobile industry uses petrol for the transport system, and moreover, they also supply a variety of minerals which become the main raw material in any manufacturing industry. Example, limestone, gypsum are needed for cement industry. Iron ore, coal, manganese, they are used for steel industry. Bauxite is used for aluminium industry. Moreover, rocks are also widely used in building materials. We all very well acquainted with. For example, marble, granite, sandstone, which are used for construction of road, multi-purpose dams, big buildings, etc. And rocks also supply precious metals, of course, like gold, silver, diamond, platinum, used for making of jewelry. So, the earth is kept ever young, and movements of adjustments, especially through the horizontal flow of convection currents, maintain the balance between the various elements of the earth like oceans and continents. So this comes to the end of our chapter. I'll be sending you some exercises and diagram to be done in the fair copies. Till then, goodbye.